A very good morning to my beloved lecturer, Dr. Suryati binti Sulaiman, and today I'm going to present one of the ICT-based learning materials designed in Task 2. Okay. I choose PowerPoint as one of my teaching materials. In Task 2, we use PowerPoint to teach and introduce young learners to Animers. Why do I choose PowerPoint in the classroom? Okay, PowerPoint is particularly helpful when used in the classroom as it can hook the learner and make learning more fun. When used PPT or PowerPoint set to music, we can time our slide transitions and advance the slide automatically. So, there's no need for you to be right next to your computer when the show plays. PPT also supports animations. We can animate project in PPT or insert movie clips to make our presentation more fun. Alright. And the next is teaching with PowerPoint. When effectively planned and used, PowerPoint or similar tools like Google Slides can enhance instructions. People are divided on the effectiveness of this presentation program. Some say that PowerPoint is excellent, while others bemoan its pervasiveness. Okay, no matter which side you take, PowerPoint offers practical way to enhance instructions when used and designed appropriately. Okay, PowerPoint can be an effective tool to present material in the classroom and enhance or encourage students' learning. Okay, you can use PowerPoint to project visuals that would otherwise be difficult to bring to class. This shown that PowerPoint can be effective tool to present materials in the classroom and encourage student learning. The next is how to use PowerPoint to teach young learners. In Task 2, we connect our computer with a projector so that all of the students can see what we want to teach clearly. We also use PowerPoint to teach students about animals by showing the animals pictures so that the children can understand or can imagine how the looks of the animals. Okay, how to use PowerPoint in preschool classroom. Okay, one of the tips to use PowerPoint in my preschool classroom is I will use lots of colors. No rocket research had led to the realizations that strong colors make a PowerPoint presentation more vivid. We all know that children tend to focus their attention on things that stand out. Using a lot of colors in your PowerPoint presentation is therefore a good idea to capture and retain in children's attention. Okay, using a lot of colors also supported by research. In fact, this is supported by research and many prominent psychologists and learning experts confirm this. In an article of Scholastic.com, Ellen Bovchurch, a former early childhood professor, and the author write about just the importance of colors for young children. Okay, what she said? She says that colors are one of the things in a school child become adept and deciding and separating from each other. In fact, color words are often among the first word a child used to describe and separate things. Okay, we have probably heard the pride in children's voice when they can say the colors at the balloons on the children's party, or when they say the pear is green and the banana is yellow. Another example of children learning color quickly is they can often sort their toys based on colors. Okay, we have all seen small children's short Lego and blocks in color scheme. It is of course not always perfect, but they often get an early grip on shades of colors. Okay, how to apply these insights? Okay, now we know there is research to support this, which probably wasn't a big surprise to us. But how can we use in our kindergarten's PowerPoint projects? Remember to match color with objects so children often associate this. For example, if I want to teach the children what the fruits are called, okay, I don't use black text, but use the same text color as the fruit has. In the way, this can promote the child learning by linking the words to an image. Furthermore, the reverse work just where when the children learn the name of the colors. Okay, instead of just typing the word yellow in capital letters, add a banana or lemon to attach the word to an object. Okay, besides, we also can use lots of object and pictures. Okay, this point is very much in line with the previous one, and it's about strengthening the learning process through objects. Okay, the whole idea comes from the concept of active learning, which Mary Hoffman and David P. Wickard define as active learning is defined as learning in which the child, by acting on object and integrating with people, ideas and events, construct new understanding. Okay, what does active learning actually means? There is a very broad definition, but Jean Piaget summarized it where when he said that knowledge arises neither from object but from interaction between the child and those objects. Yet another unclear definition. Yes, researchers have the ability to make things more complex than they could be. So let me try to explain it all. Okay, an object itself has no value from a learning perspective. But if we let the children interact with the objects, we suddenly create meaning with it. Let me try to describe it with a simple example. Okay, for example, give some meaning to the objects. Okay, we will teach the children the words humans, bicycle, and garage. If we create a PowerPoint slide with these items lined up one after the other, it does not create an educational value. Alright, the children probably recognize the object but have no idea of how to process the impressions. Okay, if we instead produce the items one by one and speak clearly about them and clearly put words on them, we suddenly create more value. In addition, if we ask the children to repeat the object names a few times, we will suddenly create a learning process. If we take it step further, we could tell a story at the same time as we take the objects out to create a context. Okay, your parents, who is a human, cycle home from work and parks the bike in a garage. Okay, this is a very powerful and educational way in which you can enhance learning in kindergartens with PowerPoints or any other visual aid. Okay, the next is we should avoid piece of text. Okay, given what we have come to above, you may have already reached the conclusion I will say now. Do not use text in the kindergarten. Okay, PowerPoint project. Okay, of course, we sometimes must use text, especially when children are learning words or learning to spell them. Apart from this, the text will only be perceived as nonsense for the children. Okay. 10,000 PowerPoint slides later. Okay, we should try to eliminate text completely and only use picture and object that illustrate what we want to say. If we look a little, we will find a picture that represents that what we want to say. Okay, let's make some example. For example, is if we are going to talk about the importance of cooperation and to be kind to each other, we could line up 5 points in a slide that's subtends this to talk about it. Apart from the fact that the children cannot read what they have written, it is relatively effective communications. But if we instead talk about our 5 point, gladly involve the children as well and reinforce it all with a loving image, then the message will become more clearer. Alright, children are more capable than we believe in reading emotions and moods. Okay, if we can create mood with the help of the picture, we can have come a long way toward reaching our message. Okay, the next is we should create an interactive presentation. Sometimes we have touched a little on in previous paragraph is the importance of involving the children in learning. Okay, you may remember different teacher from high school or college. Okay, a part of the hilarious personality traits and hairstyle, it is often your way of teaching that we remember. Okay, which of these subjects do you become proficient at? Probably those teachers taught according to the first example. Do you remember why you got good at this? It was probably because the teacher showed commitment, but above all that she created engagement in the class by creating an interactive environment. Okay, besides, don't reinvent the wheel. Okay, we should do this too. View picture, figures, object and colors, then ask questions related to them. This will create an environment where the children are active, talk a lot, learn to understand other teachers, etc. In addition to boosting learning, we will create an environment and have a mindset of the children that create courage and confidence to speak in groups. Okay. Last but not least, we should have fun with the kids. We must never forget that this is a small children that we create our kindergarten PowerPoint projects. And some goofy sound or fun animation to our PowerPoint presentations. Okay, we should add these sounds or animation to our PowerPoint, and do not be afraid to joke and make children laugh. Okay, it will make them associate learning with joy, which will create a very good conditions for the children to become happy and talented college students in the future. For me, PowerPoint is a very interactive teaching materials that I can create a lot of activities using PowerPoint. For example, storytelling activities, that we can make our storytelling activities more fun, and at the same time I can create a positive and interesting learning environment in classroom. Okay, other than that, I also can create games or any learning activities, and I think I should use maybe projector or LCD so that all the students can see the content clearly, and they can learn together in a class. I also think that I can use speaker in classroom so that the sound is more clear and all of the students can hear it clearly. Okay, in conclusion, PowerPoint is an effective ICT tool to teach the young learners. So all educators should continuously improve their ICT skills, especially in PowerPoint, to maximize the use of this software to teach young learners effectively. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.